Hey guys, it's Elena.
And it's Candace.
And you're listening to Cousins on Crime.
Welcome back.
We missed y'all.
We missed you guys. And I missed you, Lena.
I missed you.
Your hair, your eyes, your essence.
Oh.
Just everything.
I missed your silliness.
Yeah.
Just talking to you.
Nobody would talk true crime with me while I was, on my break. I was trying to, I was trying to watch documentaries. I was trying to talk about cases.
And they're like, yeah, let's talk about
they just wouldn't engage.
Sports.
No, they were like, true crime freaks me out.
Oh no.
I'm like, okay.
I mean, I can see how that would freak them out.
Yeah. I told my brother-in-law
it's not for everybody
that I'm going to find him some of our episodes that aren't like too gruesome.
Yeah.
That are enjoyable to listen to. Like, what? Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I get it. It's not for everybody.
Not for everybody. That's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, how have you been? What have you been up to?
Girl, I don't even know. So what has it been? 3 weeks since we talked. I don't even know what I've done.
Have you done anything new?
I just been going to Oklahoma.
Oh, you've been going.
Well, so yeah, we got to take care of the property out there.
Mm-hmm. Did you go back to mow the grass?
Yeah.
Ah.
And took my in-laws there. They love it.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, it's just a place to escape. And so we took them to just kind of have some downtime, and then just working in church. Oh, Vacation Bible School. Yes, I did. I did involve myself in that.
Of course you did.
So yeah, just lots of things.
You and me and Dusty are cut from the same cloth. I was at her house and I'm sitting there and she gets a phone call and she's like, I totally have the bandwidth for that. I will take that on. And I'm like, no, you don't.
Slap her in the face.
But she does. She will make a way.
Yeah.
And that's just how amazing she is.
Yeah.
So, but that's us women.
That's right.
That is how we were built.
We can relate to each other in that. Yeah.
I don't understand why God only gave us 2 arms. Like, at least, I mean, he gave us mammaries that grow.
True.
So why not an extra arm?
Probably.
I don't know where it would go, like to be attractive on the body, but I'm thinking.
I'm going to say he didn't give us an extra arm because he wanted us to lean on those around us.
Lena, that is so profound.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, because we weren't meant to be alone. So we're supposed to lean on those around us.
And that is Epiphanies with Elena and Candace.
That's right.
Wow.
You didn't know you came here for that.
Start a whole nother podcast. We have the bandwidth for that.
Do we? Do we? No. I mean, we just had to take 2 weeks off, so.
I know. I was talking to my therapist today, and I was telling her I'm going to Chick-fil-A today because I deserve it. And she said, there's a Chick-fil-A right by my Pilates studio. And I said, I need to do Pilates. And I said, but when?
Right.
And she's like, yeah, you don't have the time for that.
No.
So I'll just be a flubber, bubber.
You are so not even. So I'm the one that has to work out to even.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you like working out though.
I do.
You get a sick pleasure from it.
You're exactly right. You know me too well.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I enjoyed researching for next week's case, and
you feel ready. You feel ready to get back into it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Enough family time.
Enough of this, enough of that. Let's go.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and get into it.
Well, let's do it.
So today we're talking about Scott Guy. He was born on December 21st of 1978. He grew up on his family's farm near Fielding, Manawatu. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong.
Yeah, no, that's right.
New Zealand.
Oh. Wait, no, I don't know if that's right. I was like, yeah, that's totally right.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was in Canada.
Oh, maybe. Maybe there is one.
I don't know.
We probably have one in the United States.
Familiar. The Canadians are just rolling their eyes.
Yeah. Sorry. But yeah, we're in New Zealand today.
Okay. New Zealand.
So Scott had an older sister, Nikki, and a younger sister, Anna, and a brother, Callum. The farm was called Byreburn and was in the family for generations.
Oh.
So it seemed only right that Scott would be the one to work it and keep it going. He had gone to the university to learn agriculture and worked on a farm in Australia, maybe learning different techniques than what they were already using at their family farm. He came back to the family farm in 2003, and this is when he met the love of his life, Kylie, at a rodeo.
Okay.
They quickly became best friends, and then they married in 2005.
I didn't know they had rodeos in New Zealand.
Isn't that cool?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to tell my sister-in-law because she went to a rodeo while she was here.
Oh.
And they want to move to New Zealand. So I'll have to tell her.
Well, there you go. I think there's a lot of farming land in New Zealand. I'm not going to pretend that I know everything about New Zealand, but yeah, I think
that'll be a perk.
Yeah. So Scott and Kylie, they had 2 sons. Scott was a family man and really worked to balance work and family life. He was an outgoing and adventurous kind of guy. So Ewan McDonald was a family friend and had worked at the farm since leaving school at 16 years old.
Wow.
Old McDonald. I mean Ewan McDonald. I make myself laugh. I'm sorry. He would eventually run the dairy operation at the farm. He married Anna, Scott's sister.
Oh.
And they had 4 children together.
A family affair.
Right. So Ewan had the dairy part, and then Scott had the other operations going on, like the cattle and stuff. Scott was responsible for raising the calves and growing crops for the cows. You know, they need something to eat.
Right.
Ewan and Scott both earned around $100,000 a year working as farm managers. The 2 men not only worked together, but they were friends and they played rugby and surfed together. Scott's parents, Bryan and Jo Guy, they still owned the property.
Okay.
So in 2008, the family had a meeting in which Scott expressed that he should be the one to inherit the family farm. I mean, he's the son, the oldest son. And, I mean, he just, that was his passion. He loved the farm.
I mean, that feels right.
Yeah. So, I mean, this was said to have led to tension between him and Ewan because Ewan also wanted nothing more than to be a farmer.
Okay, but I mean, farmhand turned family member. Yeah. I'm not seeing the entitlement. I'm not seeing the
right. I mean,
the link there.
Yes, he did put in some, sweat and tears, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, the son, I don't know. That's a hard.
I don't think it's hard.
You don't think so?
I mean, I think it's pretty cut and dry, but I understand how someone would take all, say, I've been working my fingers to the bone for all these years. I'm part of the family now.
Right.
Maybe he's even insinuating that he does more than Scott.
And he definitely did at times, for sure. But also the aspect of, he's married to Anna, and, Anna should get,
daughter,
yeah, she should get some part of the farm, not just Scott.
Okay. Let her take that up with her family.
Right. Exactly. I mean, that's a great point.
Boundaries.
Exactly. So, but Scott, he made it clear that he thought that he should be the one to take ownership of the farm. Bryan explained to his son that he was not going to inherit the farm.
Say what, skirt?
Yeah. They shut him down. They said that in order to own it, he would have to buy everyone else out.
Oh, who's everyone else?
So each of their children earned or was transferred. Right.
Okay.
So in May of that year, Bryan and Jo transferred shares and 20% of the business to Scott, Ewan, and each of their wives. So Nikki, the older sister, and then there's Callum, the younger brother. So they each got part of it. As close as they all were, you can imagine how many ideas and personalities were in the mix. I mean, it takes work and a lot of love and respect to all work together.
Right.
So instead of letting their differences complement each other, it seemed that Scott and Ewan started to disagree with each other. And despite all of the family putting in the work of the farm, Ewan would take credit for the work and the awards that the farm earned.
Oh,
so I guess, yeah. He's like, yeah, I did it all.
Wow. Well, that's a very human thing to do.
For sure.
We often, as people, don't let our differences complement each other. We're like, wait a minute, you're different than me?
Yeah.
That can't be a good thing.
I know. And it's like, why can't we all just think the same? Why can't we all just work together?
How boring would that be?
I know, but we should be able to work together for crying out loud.
Absolutely.
But you're right. I've seen it happen time and time again where people they cannot put their differences aside.
Ego.
So there came a time when Bryan and Jo were ready to move out of the bigger house into something a little more suitable for just the two of them. Mm-hmm. And
oh Lord, who gets the house? Lord Jesus. I'm gonna take another drink of wine.
Right. So they wanted to live the rest of their days peacefully and just let the next generation go. When they moved out, they offered Anna and Ewan to buy the family home. It's not like that they just gave it to them. They said, if you want it, you can buy it. And it was perfect for their family of 6.
Yeah, they did have a bigger family.
Yeah. This was Scott's childhood home. So allegedly, this was a little difficult for him to come to terms with.
Yes.
But maybe as some kind of compromise, Scott was able to take 5 acres of the land. And in 2009, he and Kylie built a 4-bedroom home.
Oh,
4-bedroom, 2-bath for their growing family.
Okay.
I love how much Bryan and Jo really worked to make sure that their adult kids were well taken care of and had what they needed to succeed.
That's like one of the scariest things when I think of leaving my girls behind is that they're alone and not set up.
Right. Like, what did I leave them?
Right. That's so important. And I love that his parents were around for that, around to see the setup, to watch the house be built, to pass on the land and all that. Yeah,
that's a good point. I like that. But yeah, I think they really tried to make it fair for all of them. So in January of 2009, when Scott and Kylie's house was almost completed, someone broke in the middle of the night and vandalized it with graffiti and busted out windows.
Oh, no.
The repairs would cost them about $14,000.
Well, yeah. I'm surprised it was just $14,000.
Yeah,
well,
you know
70s,
what it takes.
Right?
No,
or 80s.
It was 2009.
Oh, 2009. Why was
he
I
was
in the
born?
70s?
He was born in 78.
I'm in the 70s here.
Come back to...
I need another drink of wine. Hang on. Yeah, that I mean, I can't believe it was only $14,000 worth of damage.
Right. Yeah.
When windows were broken, all that. Oh.
Yeah. So, was this done by someone that they knew, or was there a drifter in the area? The latter seemed to make more sense because Scott and Kylie, they didn't have any enemies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least enough to do something like this to them. I mean,
Right.
Disagreements, yes, but nothing worth causing so much destruction.
Right.
Through the next year, the tensions between Scott and Ewan had calmed, and everyone seemed to be getting along really well. In 2010, Kylie got pregnant with their second son. Life was good. Scott and Ewan traveled to Invercargill. Probably said that wrong too.
That is correct.
Is
You
it?
said it correct. No, I'm
Thank
just kidding.
you.
I don't know.
Who
I'm
knows?
just going to pretend like it is.
So they were together traveling along with Bryan and Jo for a dairy conference.
A dairy conference? Oh my gosh, what do you think they pass out at a dairy conference? You know, when you get those tchotchkes at the little tables everywhere?
Yeah.
Like a little milk bottle or
Aw.
something?
How cute.
I don't know. I'm just...
Maybe we should go to one.
Yeah, let's do it. Cousins on dairy.
We're doing all the things. But yeah, they had a really good time. And at this time, the farm, though, was slowing down and seemed to be kind of in a little bit of a slump.
Like sales and
Right.
production-wise?
Production, exactly. They were trying to figure out what their next step would be. Maybe this conference would bring new ideas. I mean, they discussed building recreational facilities on their land. Maybe
Ooh, a wedding venue?
Right. And wouldn't that be cool?
That would be cool.
I don't know if that was in the thoughts, but they definitely wanted to do maybe some kind of water park or something family friendly.
Okay.
The possibilities of building something like that was really exciting for Scott.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the planning didn't get very far. Not long after the conference, tragedy struck the Byreburn Farm and the Guy family.
Oh, no.
July 8th of 2010, a person nearby heard 2 or 3 gunshots in the direction of the farm at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, no.
The neighbor that heard the 2 shots around 5 laid there listening to see if he heard any screams or voices or any car noises, but he didn't. So he thought it was probably someone shooting a possum or, something.
Country life kind of stuff.
Exactly. Those possums were the kinds of pests
Yes.
that they watched for in those parts,
We had a possum in our yard. Was it last night or the night before?
What?
Yeah, they're gross.
In this neighborhood?
Yes. We get foxes, coyotes.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
And
what do you do
so-
about it? You just say,
I mean, they just
stay
go
inside?
along. They just pass through the yard.
Okay.
I know.
So about 2 hours later, 7 o'clock in the morning, a truck driver who was also a neighbor to the farm drove by to see Scott's truck in the driveway with the headlights still on, and the driver's side door was open. The truck was still running. David Barry, the neighbor, got out of his vehicle and walked to the front of Scott's truck to find Scott laying on the ground with a wound to his neck.
Oh, no.
David called emergency services. The call was made at 7:08 in the morning, and then he called another neighbor, his landlord, Bruce, and asked him to come over to the scene. He's like, I'm going to need some help over here.
Oh.
So Bruce arrived, and he then called Ewan at 7:16 and told him that Scott had been found dead at the gated entrance of their home.
He was dead.
He was dead. Ewan said, "Are you kidding me?" And he hurried to Scott's house. First responders arrived, and shortly after, Ewan drove up on a quad bike. Kylie noticed the police and neighbors out at the entrance of their home. She came outside and asked what happened. Like, the house was a little further away from the gate. There, you had to drive a little bit.
But she couldn't see Scott laying there?
No. She just saw the lights and the cars and commotion.
Is this their new? This is their new house.
Their new house. Okay. They're moved in. Yes.
Got it.
So she comes out and she asks what happened. And they told her that there had been an accident, but that she needed to go inside. And she did what she was told.
Oh my God.
Ewan called Bryan at 7:21 and told him that something had happened to his son and he needed to come now. Ewan was very distraught when he talked to Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
When Bryan showed up, Ewan went to the house and told Kylie what happened.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And Bryan called Jo, Scott's mother. Then Ewan went home to tell Anna that her brother was dead.
Oh, God.
He was just 31 years old.
Oh.
So Bryan was able to help Kylie at 7 months pregnant.
Oh, I forgot she was pregnant.
Gather herself and their first son, just a toddler at the time, and get to Anna's house. She was unable to walk near the scene to leave, so she had to go over to the fence and climb the fence to get into a vehicle. They did not want her to see Scott.
Oh my gosh, that is so heartbreaking.
It is. So the autopsy proved that Scott had been shot with gunshot wounds to his neck, his left hand, and forearm. This shows that he must have raised his arm to defend himself. He had about 250 shotgun pellets that dispersed in his body. It was unclear if he had actually been shot more than once.
Yeah.
So maybe that one shot, he put his hands up. Did the one shot go through his hand into his neck, or, It was determined that he was not shot at close range. It would have been from at least a few meters away.
Yeah.
It had rained, so the soggy ground made it easy to see tire tracks and footprints all around Scott's body.
Wow.
And the crime scene area. Following the footsteps, they were led to the shed on Scott's property, and then from the shed to the road, where the killer obviously climbed the fence and got into their vehicle and left.
Wow. This
shed was where Scott kept puppies that were bred and were bred to be sold for $700 a piece.
Wow.
Ewan would later tell police that 3 of the chocolate-colored Labrador puppies were missing.
Oh.
Could this have been a burglary gone wrong?
For puppies?
Yeah. I don't see that.
Yeah, unless it's Cruella de Vil. I don't.
Ba-dum-ching. So retracing Scott's movements that morning, they found that Scott got up and had some coffee while checking his computer. They could see that he stopped using his computer at 4:41 a.m.
Scott, up before the sun.
That farm life, though.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be at Ewan's house at 4:50 a.m. It was Scott's day to open up the buildings and get the farm duties rolling for the day.
Okay.
He and Ewan alternated days.
Right.
So,
because Ewan's house is the main hub for the farm.
Yeah,
Got
exactly.
It. Yeah, that makes sense.
So their employees would arrive around the same time so that they, Scott or Ewan, they would unlock the building to get started. As Scott drove down his driveway, sometime around 4:43 and 5 a.m., he reached the closed gate at the entrance of his home. Now, what's interesting about that is that he didn't normally close his gate. And Kylie confirmed that he nor she closed the gate the night before. So how did the gate get closed?
Someone closed it to stop him in his tracks.
There you go. Scott would have had to get out of his truck and open the gate, which is exactly what he did just before he was shot. Also of note, there was unknown male DNA on Scott's pants The footprints matched the sole of a Proline W375 neoprene dive boot.
Wow.
Hand mouthful.
Hand
mouthful. Yeah.
That's very specific.
Isn't it? Yeah. A dive boot.
A dive boot.
Who would be wearing a dive boot? Like something that you'd be going scuba diving.
Yeah, that's really strange.
So also at the scene was an empty pack of Winfield Gold cigarettes. A sticker on the cigarette pack confirmed that the pack had been available since June 21st of 2010. So they couldn't say that it was just an old pack that was trashed there. The pack would have been purchased within the last couple of weeks, but Scott didn't smoke. They weren't. It wasn't his. Scott's iPad and wallet were still in his truck. So if it were an attempt to rob him, that couldn't have been the case.
Right.
Shortly after Scott was found, Bryan went to the farm office, which was on Ewan's part of the property. He looked to see if the shotgun was still there. It was there behind a cabinet. It had been left in 3 parts, which is normally what they did.
Okay.
Because like by law, you had to leave it
unassembled or something.
Where I forget the word. Like you couldn't just grab the gun and shoot. Like it had to be
Okay.
Yeah, I can't use my head
Disassembled.
right now. Something.
I don't know. Dismembered? That's the word I am thinking of, but...
Disabled. It had to be disabled.
Okay.
So Bryan secured the gun in the safe at that point. Because for some reason
Was he thinking that this was the murder weapon?
So I think he thought maybe... Did someone take... Like, could he have been shot with... The gun. Yeah. Was the gun stolen and then Scott shot with it? But also the reason why he took it from behind the cabinet and put it in the gun safe was because by law, it was supposed to be secured.
Okay.
And so
it wasn't.
It wasn't. Yes, it was in 3 parts, but it wasn't like secured. So he thought, I better put that in there before we get dinged on that.
Yeah.
Ewan told police that he himself woke up at 4:50 a.m. and could see the workshop from his house. He could see that Scott had not arrived yet. Scott wasn't always there right on time, so he didn't really think anything of it.
Oh, just one last dig. Okay.
Right. But Derek and Matthew, the farmhands, were already at the workshop, sitting in their cars waiting for Scott to arrive and unlock the building and start their hard work. Ewan was very forthcoming and was open about the frustrations in his and Scott's relationship. He showed the police around the property and showed them where all of the guns were. I'm sure they were asking, like, where do you keep this? The gun that was in the office safe was taken and tested and could not be excluded as being the murder weapon.
All right.
The bullet in Scott's neck matched the same as what was in the gun safe. The only blood found on the gun, though, was a small amount in the barrel of the shotgun, but it couldn't be determined to be human or animal blood because it was such
damaged and
just because it had been used so much to shoot the pests around the area.
Well, and you're thinking if he was shot, he was not shot from close up. So
exactly. So really
the likelihood of his blood being in the barrel
that's a great point.
Not be likely.
Absolutely. But several employees and family members used this gun to shoot possums and birds and such. So, I mean, DNA, whose DNA's on it? Yeah. You know how that goes.
Could have been a number of animals.
Exactly. So records show that the alarm at the workshop had been disabled at 5:02 a.m. Ewan's phone records show that he had texted and called Scott at 5:03 and 5:04. Ewan just continued with the work at hand, thinking that Scott would eventually show up. Derek told police that he arrived at the workshop and waited on Scott or Ewan to open up. He started his work, and then about 7 or 7:30, got a call from Ewan telling him that Scott had been in the accident. Matthew, the other farmhand, was a newer employee and had told police that it looked like when he saw Ewan come open the building, it looked like he had just woke up. He also told them that between 4:40 a.m. and 4:50, while sitting at the workshop waiting in his car, he saw a car coming from the direction of Scott's house just after 5 a.m. And then he saw a second car coming from the same direction a little later, just shortly after. There would be no reason for anyone to drive from that direction, but those vehicles were not ever identified.
So they passed the house. So they just...
They passed Ewan's house, or the
Okay,
farm
coming from
building,
that direction.
coming from
All right.
Scott's house, which there would not have been any real reason why anybody would be coming from that area,
Okay.
apparently. So detectives actually had a long list of suspects. Like they were taking everybody, whether it was family, friends, or known criminals in the area. And I love that about this case, that they just were like, okay, we're going to
Put them on the list.
Yeah. They marked them off one by one until they had just a few left. One of the most viable was Derek, the farmhand that arrived early to start his shift. Rumor had it that he did not like Scott very much. You know, Scott was his manager, and he talked ill of Scott, you know, in the way that a lot of people complain about their boss.
Yeah.
He was seeking a new job at the time that Scott was killed. Derek told detectives that he didn't always like or get along with Scott, but he didn't hate him enough to kill him. Like, he's like, absolutely not.
Right.
But what was dubious about him was the eagerness to take a managerial role after Scott's death. Like, he was ready to jump into Scott's role.
Okay. Interesting.
So, I mean, did he want Scott out of the way so that he could move on up? I don't know. Also, the fact that he seemed to know that Scott had been shot before it was publicly confirmed.
Oh my.
Derek did own a semi-automatic shotgun, and he was unusually early to work that morning. He did wear a size 12 shoe, but said that he never owned a pair of the dive boots in question. So later, I'll discuss the boot. Yes, it was confirmed to be a size 12. But Derek says he didn't have these boots.
Okay.
There was mention of another unknown man that came around looking for Scott within the 2 weeks prior to the murder. This man was tall and had dark hair. He showed up at Scott's former house where the neighbor David was now living. This guy, David said he smelled like alcohol and cigarettes. David sent him away. He's like, something's weird about this guy.
Cigarettes, you say?
Yes, ma'am. Interesting detail there. But he's like, he felt really uncomfortable with telling him where Scott was. So he just sent this guy away.
Yeah.
There was another person in the area, not sure of his name, but he had the same kind of cigarettes that were found at the crime scene. And the same night of the murder, as well as a few days before, this guy had been involved in a couple of aggravated robberies in the area. Especially interesting was that the man had stolen the same kind of cigarettes that were found. This man owned a shotgun and was frequently high on meth. And when high on meth, you tend to do crazy things.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know.
Tons of crazy, like, I don't know, drop an ATM on your husband's head. I'm thinking of Breaking Bad. Like things that those people on meth did.
Yeah. But yeah, like in my opinion, I'm not sure a person on meth would be able to plan out what happened
No.
that night.
It's not higher level thinking time.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
it's more of an
It's
erratic
not executive functioning.
There you go. Exactly. Close the gate, lie in wait, So I can't see that.
Right.
Anyway, after checking his alibi, the guy was cleared. Police canvassed the area, talking to neighbors and talked to everyone who passed by, as well as friends. Nothing of fruition came their way. At least they were able to build the timeline and get the footprints and such. So the property was searched looking for the dive boots, the missing puppies, the shotgun cartridges, but nothing found. Pictures of the graffiti left at Scott and Kylie's house from earlier that in 2009 were posted on the news. Like they're like, let's just put whatever information out.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Love it.
Gotta love it.
So they're like, the news is posting these graffiti pictures. Like, do you know anybody that does this kind of work? And so they were asking for anyone to come forward with tips or if anyone knew anything about it. Someone, in fact, did contact police and told them that the handwriting looked like one of their previous employees on the farm that worked at the Byreburn Farm called Callum Bow. It's not the brother.
Not the brother.
No.
Okay.
Yes. So this was an old friend / farmhand that used to work there. By this time, Callum had already moved out of the area. They reached out to him and he admitted, yes, he's the one that broke into the home and vandalized it.
Oh.
But
he didn't kill him.
He wasn't alone that night.
Go on.
Ewan was with him and participated in the vandalism. The two of them were good friends and had tendencies to do criminal behavior together. Callum told police that they would go on night missions, doing things like trespassing on neighbors' property, poaching prize deer, even killing or destroying another farmer's cows and property, and several other stupid things.
That's ridiculous.
Isn't that awful?
When you said night missions, I mean, I got a little bit excited because I feel like that's something we would have done as kids, but we would have been like, let's hop the fence and then hop right back over.
Exactly.
Like we would have done no harm to anyone.
Right.
But this is outrageous.
Yeah. I mean, this is like
egregious.
Going all the way. Detectives brought Ewan back in for questioning.
Yeah.
Ewan said he never did the things that Callum was alleging.
Of course he did. Of course he said that.
Eventually, he broke down and admitted to the vandalism at Scott's house, admitting that he was bitter and he wanted revenge on Scott.
Why was he got the house? He got the childhood home.
Right.
Why is he destroying
He wanted
his
the whole
brand-
thing. He wanted the whole thing.
The entitlement.
Yes.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying the...
Yeah, he wanted revenge on Scott, but he never thought about killing him. Like, never, ever. He would not have done that. The thought that Ewan had anything to do with Scott's murder was really difficult for the family to fathom.
Even with all the strife. And that's just a step way further.
Right.
Than
as
you
a
would
family member, you don't want to think that they would do something like that. Ewan's reaction to the murder seemed so genuine to the rest of the family. 6 months after Scott was killed, his brother-in-law, Ewan McDonald, was charged and arrested for Scott's murder. Their theory was that Ewan rode his bike to Scott's house and closed the gate and then lay in wait for him to make his way to open the gate, and then he would shoot him with the farm shotgun. Then he picked up the shotgun shells and walked over to Scott to make sure that he was dead. His defense said there was no way that he could have done all of that on the muddy road with his bike. I mean, there were no bike tracks.
Right.
and then got back to the workshop all cleaned up as if it never happened, with no mud left on the bike. It just made no sense. Was there enough time for that, for him to get back? And then, Matthew said it looked like he had just woke up when he was opening the building. At the trial, the Crown theorized that Scott still wanted to take control of the farm, and the tension between him and Ewan were still prevalent. Crown prosecutor Ben Vanderkolk alleged that Ewan would have known Scott's schedule and habits. So when Scott got out of his vehicle, Ewan then shot him. Like, it was just the perfect setup. The boot prints that matched the specific boot, interestingly enough, Ewan owned a pair.
Of course he did.
He did. But Anna says that she disposed of these boots sometime before the murder. Like, she got rid of them. Ewan wouldn't have had them.
Okay.
She said he got rid of those boots in 2008 because they were damaged. Did he get another pair that she didn't know of?
Yeah. Or maybe it's one of those things where she threw them out. Like that one time I threw this hat away that I really hated that Daniel had. And he got it out of the trash and just continued to wear it. So like maybe he was like, well, them boots are still good.
Yeah, I can still use these.
Yeah.
Or maybe he had a plan for them.
Maybe.
And he was like, no, I'm going to need these.
Exactly.
And she didn't know about that.
Right.
I don't know. Police suggested that the footprint size were from a size 9 boot, which was Ewan's boot size 9.
Not 12.
Not 12. So the defense measured the boot comparing a size 9 to a size 12. They counted the wavy lines on the bottom of the boot. The total lines on the print at the scene matched the total lines that are on a size 12 boot.
All right.
So, I mean, that makes sense.
All right.
It's reported that the neighbor who found Scott told the dispatcher that Scott's throat had been cut, but Ewan was saying that he had been shot before it was determined. So, like, how does he know? But it doesn't alarm me because he had gone to the house and seen for himself. Like, he saw Scott laying there. And I think he could make the analysis for himself whether he thought he was shot or cut. I mean, it could go both ways.
Yeah.
But even police said that it looked like his throat was cut.
Well, I mean, if you've shot a lot of shotguns, you've shot a lot of vermin on your property, you probably know what a gunshot wound or a shotgun wound looks like.
Right. Good point. But police should know as well. So anyway,
yeah,
that's a toss-up. Right? The prosecution suggests that Ewan shot Scott at 4:43 a.m. and then went back home to open the workshop at 5:02. Was it possible? But the neighbors that heard or were awakened by gunshots was at 5 a.m. like that.
Right.
If they heard it at 5 a.m., he definitely did not have time to get back. I mean,
maybe their clocks were a little fast.
I don't know. But I mean, Ewan lived just a mile. His house, the building, the house,
he got
it
over
was
there
1
pretty
mile.
quickly
Right.
when he was called.
Right. It's a 1 mile drive. But 2 or 3 minutes, I don't know. The witnesses say they heard 2 or 3 gunshots in quick succession. The farm shotgun, alleged to have been the murder weapon, does not fire quickly. It would have had to been a semi-automatic to do that.
Right.
That gun was not. An expert testified that the alleged murder weapon would take at least 7 seconds to fire between each shot. So it seems like the defense was really doing their job, trying to dismantle.
Well, that's their job.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
So the trial comes to a close in July of 2012 after 11 hours of deliberation and with no real physical evidence to go on. The jury found old McDonald not guilty.
Wow.
So Kylie allegedly ran from the courtroom after the verdict was read saying, "He killed my husband." Like, she was so sure.
Yeah.
Anna had ended their marriage before Ewan's trial.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very telling.
I think also the finding out his night missions and all his antics,
his criminal activities.
Exactly. I think that just like broke it.
Yeah.
She moved and began a new life with her 4 kids. Bryan Guy later made a plea begging his son's killer to give himself up. Like, if it's not Ewan, if you're out there, like,
oh God,
turn yourself in.
So heartbreaking.
Kylie Guy ended up hiring a private investigator, Mike Crawford, to conduct an investigation. Mm-hmm. He found that Scott had received a number of phone calls the day before he died and another on the day of his murder. However, there was no information about these calls, such as like cell site data and subscriber details.
Where are the police? Like, where are the prosecution?
That's like, the problem. Like that
could have been important.
It was mentioned in the police report, but no information there.
Okay.
Crawford thought these calls might have shed some light on who the killer was. I mean, he helped assist the police in having the ponds drained with no new findings. I mean, he was really like trying to think of whatever he could. So after 18 months, the investigation was called off due to financial issues. Kylie couldn't pay anymore.
That's the thing, is these poor families, they're just searching for answers, and there's only so much they can do.
I know. I know.
This is heartbreaking.
So now Kylie's son, Drover, is grown and looks a lot like his dad and loves the same music. Her oldest son, Hunter, is like Scott in the way that he loves sports and his clothing style.
Aww.
In an interview, Jo Guy said, "Whatever secrets are buried, it eventually claws its way out of the ground." So they're still holding on to hope that the truth will come out. She says, "I reckon the truth will come out, but when it does, is out of our control. It would be good to have the closure, but it still doesn't change not having Scott." Mm-hmm. One aspect of this case that touched me is, like I said earlier, how much Bryan and Jo loved and cared for their family. As hard as they worked to keep everyone happy, there's just still this enemy against families, against, that just wants to break families up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kill, steal, and destroy. That's Satan's favorite thing to do, tear families apart. But love conquers all. Mm-hmm. And I think Bryan and Jo are great examples of that. I mean, they're loving people, they're giving people. And anyway, so the best advice I can give you today is to love your family, love your friends to the best of your ability.
And that's all you can do. Yeah. I mean, they did everything they felt was right by their family, and this still happened.
Yeah. But, at least that you tried
and you did your part.
You did the best you could in loving your family. So
I can't believe, what about the guy, the farmhand who took the manager position?
His alibi, I thought I put it in my notes, but his alibi was checked. And
because if Ewan did do this, he probably didn't do it alone. So who is so devoted to him that he wouldn't have rolled over by now? Or maybe he did do this alone.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, he had an accomplice with all of his other criminal activity.
True.
So was it that guy? Callum? I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know, but for this family's sake, I hope the truth does come out. I mean, but this was 2009. So
that is so sad. Well, I think I know who did it. So,
yeah.
Do they have double jeopardy in New Zealand?
I don't know.
Well, I know cases like this leave us with like, are you serious? That's it? But thank you for at least telling his story.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's really sad. And this family deserves answers. That was great. Let's do it again sometime.
Okay, let's do it.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for listening to Cousins on Crime. If you're enjoying the show, please rate and review wherever you listen, and consider joining our Patreon for bonus episodes every month.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook for case photos and to stay up to date with the latest C-on-C news. If you have a case suggestion or just want to tell us how cool we are, email us at cousinsoncrime@gmail.com.